Hello everybody, Ben Rogers here with the Raptors Digest reacting to the Toronto Raptors 122-114 loss to the Indiana Pacers. And this one, another tough game to handle for the Toronto Raptors. And right now, we're in a weird place as a team, as we have a couple of nice wins, right? We come out, beat the Phoenix Suns, exciting games against the Knicks and Cavs, and then we just drop some major stinkers against, the Golden State Warriors, the Memphis Grizzlies, and tonight, unlike those blowout losses, the Toronto Raptors had their moments in this one. Our top guys played very well, but there's a couple of glaring issues that continue to affect the Toronto Raptors, whether they're winning or losing, right? Just are issues that we need to fix roster-wise. And part of it's on coaching, I guess. We'll dive into it literally in the title of this video. I've thrown in, the Toronto Raptors bench. I'll just break it out. Like, the Toronto Raptors bench was outscored 54 to 7 points. 54 to 7. That is just unacceptable. And it's not only on the players on the bench, even though they didn't play great, and we'll talk about the specific players, but it's also on Nick Nurse for not giving them that great of an opportunity to really rock with. And I know the reffing's bad. We'll also discuss that in this video, but I want to take a look at the bench first. And it's been rough. It's been rough, right? Like, off the bench, Thaddeus Young, only 8 minutes, 2 points, minus 14 for this game. Boucher, 4 minutes, minus 5. Zeros all across the board. Got 1 rebound. Precious got barely any run in the first half, barely any opportunities. And then in the second half, he did miss a layup and stuff. But 3 points in this game. Doing his thing on defense. But again, we need a little bit more offensive production. Precious gets a little bit of a pass, as tonight was his return game. So coming back from injury, probably was our most effective guy off the bench. But Christian Koloko, 11 minutes, 2 points. I thought he did as good as he could, but a couple moments there, he just had complete mental lapses on defense, which you expect from a younger rookie, a guy that, sometimes he's going to get lost underneath the rim, but he's so long, he's so athletic, he can make up for it at times. I won't crush Christian Koloko for his performance, but definitely, you don't want to be relying on Christian Koloko to anchor your defense or to anchor your bench unit, where he's more of a complimentary player. He's doing his thing. He played okay. And then Malachi Flynn, a guy that we've been, a lot of Raptors fans have been calling to get some opportunities to try and get his game rocking. And 9 minutes, 0-1 for the game, zeros all across the board, and 1 turnover, minus 18 for the game. The bench, it's tough. They're not playing a lot of minutes. It's tough to get your opportunities out there. But then on Nick Nurse's end, it's hard not to blame him for running our starters absolutely to the ground. It's the only way we made the playoffs last year, just breaking our starting all-star point guard's body over the past season and a half. It's the price of trying to win games. And now Fred VanVleet's feeling the effects of it, because he has not looked good this season. He's not looked good since the second half of last year. Really, in all honesty, like, he's had his moments, he's had his ups and downs, but Fred has not been the consistent guy we have. And part of it's due to injuries, I'm sure part of it's due to slumping and stuff, but part of it's the crazy load that Nick Nurse is putting on these guys. But then, when your bench is so inconsistent, when your bench is getting slapped as it is tonight, it's hard not to blame Nick Nurse for playing the Raptors had a solid lead in this one, heading into like the last 2 minutes of the third. We threw the bench in. The lead slowly crumbled away, and then the starters weren't able to bring it back. So I don't know. It's a tough moment. I talked about how I recently got 2K, and I'm playing with the Toronto Raptors, and really in 2K you can see how tough the players are. You have this epitome. You have this picture of, oh, Boucher's an elite guy off the bench. Pressure all these dudes. Even 2K, and they're struggling with their skill sets and their ratings. I know the 2K usually in the past is underrated Toronto Raptors teams, but this team is rough, even to Toronto Raptors standards. I don't know. It's just, we need changes. We need something. We need a big man that can be relied upon to, stay in front of guys like Miles Turner out there in the paint, right? Like, get defensive rebounds. The Pacers weren't really crashing on the offensive glass too much tonight, so it wasn't that much of an issue. But just to be a guy that can throw your body down low, if Mathurin, if Halliburton, they kind of slash the lanes, there's a big down there to have his hands up. And Koloko's doing a decent job of that, but obviously a rookie basketball center. They usually take time, right? You look at Jonas Valanciunas. The guy was lost in his first couple seasons as playing the center position for the Raptors. And while he never became an elite defender, didn't have the natural athleticism, the length, the quickness, the leaping ability of Christian Koloko, right? Like he became a better positional defender, right? It's the case with every rookie center, but we need someone. We need someone to come off the bench and be effective on that front. But there were some bright spots in this game. There were some solid moments in this one. And, I'll break down the starters because Pascal Siakam, once again, was absolutely amazing. 26 points, 7 rebounds, 7 assists. Could have probably did a little bit more at the end of the game, down the stretch, get his minutes running. But or get some more opportunities cooking. Had a couple turnovers late, which hurt the Toronto Raptors in trying to win this game, trying to get their games rocking. But I thought Pascal Siakam was solid. OG Anunoby, once again, 7 to 20 from the field, missed a few more threes than he would like, but OG, he's doing everything he can on the defensive end, and he's also being asked to switch on to centers. And as a smaller guy, I played for a small school, right? Like, when you're a smaller guy and you're asked to guard people that are a foot taller than you, or maybe not in OG's case, half a foot taller than you, just bang down low, use your energy to an extent that you're not really expected to usually if you're playing in your regular position. It takes the energy out of you, man. It's probably the reason OG Anunoby's shooting percentages are gone down at least this season. I know he's doing it a bunch last year, but we had Precious Achiuwa more so to take that role last season. Precious hasn't been on the lineups tonight, but it's tough. And Tom M's roasted me for saying Flynn's an elite shooter. He was shooting elite in his opportunities. Like, we have to go with how the stats are rolling, but he's been tough. But OG Anunoby I thought was good tonight. Get OG playing wing defense, because when this guy was on Benedict Mathurin, when he was, and the refs weren't calling some cheese fouls, or he was doing an amazing job getting steals, picking pockets, and that's when the Raptors made their third quarter run, right? They had that sort of run, and people are bringing up Jeff Dowtin. I need to make an animation just saying free Jeff Dowtin, because Justin Champagne's out here posting stories about how he wants to be freed, and he got waived. But one guy that deserves to be freed onto the court, given an opportunity, is Jeff Dowtin. He's long, he's wiry, and he doesn't solely, his offensive game doesn't solely rely on just having a great three-point shot. He's quick, he's athletic, he can knock down the three, he facilitates for others. So I just want to see what he has to do. Walmart Drake, Flynn Sanity. It's tough. It's tough, folks. It's a tough go. But Gary Trent Jr. again in this one was amazing tonight. 32 points, 5 rebounds, 3 assists, 2 steals, and this felt like a game from last season more so than a game from this year, because our starting unit, I like this starting unit. I've made it known on these podcasts, I haven't been the biggest fan of Gary Trent Jr. being moved to the bench. I didn't firmly oppose it. I didn't come out here and yell, "Oh, Nick Nurse is an idiot" or something for it, because with the exception of the first couple games and a game here or there, Gary was still getting starter minutes, but he's a guy that's a confidence player. Now back in the starting unit, we're seeing him play absolutely elite. So I'm happy with Gary Trent Jr. back into that starting unit. Again, he's playing like that star boy we all know and love. So shout out to Gary Trent Jr. on that front. And then, I'll give it out. I'll give it out an award. It's been less fun this season because the Raptors have been making me sad. But the Scotty Barnes Award tonight is going to a guy that had a performance worthy of the Scotty Barnes Award. As Scotty Barnes in this one, 8 of 14 from the field. Did have had a couple of extra stats down late in this game, but ended up with 23 points, 8 assists, 8 rebounds, 6 to 8 from the field. And those 4 guys in the starting unit, you can't blame this loss on. You can't blame this loss on. So that's how it goes, right? Like, our top 4 guys in this game tonight were amazing, especially in that third quarter going on that run. Played at a level where the Raptors need to get their games rocking. Wait, did Donovan Mitchell have 69 points? That is crazy. But we'll talk about that also. Shout out Team Canada and the World Juniors, absolutely killing it right now. Connor Bedard is absolutely insane. I had both games up watching this one, but I'm sorry to get a little sidetracked. I finished recapping this game, but auto who? Let's I'll give out a few. The Kazoos are rolling tonight. In the first one, while he's injured, while I've been giving him credit. I've been showing him love all season. But Fred VanVleet, tough game again, this one tonight. And the fact that whenever he shoots, whenever he gets his game going a little bit, like, he's missing shots, he's selling threes, he's hoisting up shots now where I feel like, oh man, this has no chance of going in. And usually they might go down, but now at this point, it's just, I don't have that same confidence in Fred VanVleet's jump shot. And now it feels like he doesn't either, as Fred VanVleet in this game, 9 points, 3 of 12 from the 3-point line, 3 of 15. Had a couple blocks in this game, 1 turnover, 4 fouls, only 3 assists, and he's been using these excuses. And some people that have been coming to Fred VanVleet's defense saying, oh, he's playing a different role, he's playing off the ball. Well, Fred, or if not off the ball, he's playing more of as a facilitator rather than as a focal point in the offense. Well, he took 15 shots tonight, only had 3 assists. You're not playing that role correctly, and you're not a high volume scorer efficiently for this team. So it's tough. Sorry, Fred VanVleet, you don't get your citizenship. That's a sin. I've heard rumors that Fred VanVleet's having another kid, so hopefully that turns the season around. But we need Fred VanVleet to start knocking down his threes at a more efficient clip, especially how top heavy this roster is. And Fred VanVleet is one of our top guys, right? We absolutely desperately need for this guy to hit some shots. And I'm not calling Fred VanVleet trash. I'm not saying he's garbage. And now I'm not giving him excuses, adventures with smiles, but he needs to play better. He's better than he's shown in these recent weeks and pretty well this entire season. So hopefully he's able to turn it around, because it's been a bad look. Bad look for Fred VanVleet out here. But another kazoo we're throwing out in this video to the referees, because while this game was lost firmly by the Toronto Raptors, just struggling, especially not getting any other production outside of our top 4 guys, like the Raptors were lost anyways, the reffing was bad. It was just a tough look. I don't want to ramble on about too much, but they were giving fouls, ticky-tack fouls to Gary, to OG, just nothing calls, and it's how it goes. So it's yeah, I know adventures with smiles, but I'm a big Fred VanVleet apologist. That's what I do on this podcast, and I don't want to be apologizing tonight. So that's what I'm saying. But he doesn't use his scope when sniping. Lord 2 Senpai. Love to see it. But yeah, most G League benches are better than our bench. Moves will be made. Folks. I've locked that in. A trade is coming. 100% without a doubt. This roster will not be staying the same right now, because our bench is looking like it's in a tough place. And we have a super chat coming in from Tom M saying Nick Nurse's butt getting toasty warm. And I don't agree with that one. I think we can't throw Nick Nurse under the bus too early right now, because the roster has just been bad. Like, our bench, he doesn't have a lot to work with. And last year he took this same roster, pushed them ahead of schedule a little bit earlier than expected. It's like when you find a little cheat code that doesn't end up paying off long term, but spamming your top guys, players, and all that, fatiguing them, and then they get injured and stuff. But Nick Nurse is that crafty to get us some wins last season, but it's not working this year, because you can't just run your top guys 40 minutes a night, season in, season out. It's the part of the reason we have all these injuries, but it's the only chance Nick Nurse has to get this team rolling. So there's that. But as I was saying, I've booked it. I've locked it in that the Toronto Raptors will be making a trade come this trade deadline. And folks, if you guys want to make predictions, if you guys want to, bet on a couple futures to the Toronto Raptors, have custom futures, right, about potential odds for trades and stuff, definitely sign up for the CoolBet app. Let us know. The link is in the description down below. It's free to sign up, and you're supporting the channel big time, but they're the best sports book if you want to bet on anything Toronto Raptors, right? They're regulated in Ontario, all across Canada, and get odds for Toronto Raptors games, get odds for NBA games. The World Cup, the World Juniors, not the World Cup, are happening right now. Canada's absolutely crushing it, so the odds are pretty good on Canada winning there right now. So you can definitely check those out if you're feeling good about Bedard out here looking like the next superstar. Maybe the Toronto Raptors need to sign Bedard before he ends up signing in the NHL. But if you want to bet on any of that, definitely sign up for using the CoolBet app down below. It's free to use, free to sign up. So if you want to make a few of those parlays and get added to the Raptors Digest Cool Betters Discord chat, definitely sign up. Let us know. But definitely check that out. But man, this is a tough game. This is a tough game for the old Toronto Raptors right now. I think I ran through most of our guys. I think I chatted about what's happening mostly with this squad. But wow, what is the stat line? Is it 71, 8, and 11 for Donovan Mitchell? Is that the stat line that he put up? That is remarkable. If that's the stat line that he put up. That's what I'm seeing from Nick in the chat there. But we could have had Donovan Mitchell. Probably more realistically had Donovan Mitchell this offseason. Now, probably would have meant giving up Trent and OG, which I wouldn't have been a fan of. But, if we gave up Gary and a young piece, Gary and Precious probably could have got done. That's I'm a leader. No, Fred, you're a liability. People are not happy with Fred VanVleet in the chat right now. But what are people saying? We're not supposed to be losing easy games like this. That's true. And to be fair, the Indiana Pacers. My goodness, I was about to say Cleveland Cavaliers. I'm thinking of Donovan Mitchell if he actually scored 71. But the Indiana Pacers have been good this season. That's facts. But Jeremy Renner was critical yesterday. I don't know what that is. But send DeMar Hamlin love tonight. Bills player fighting for. I saw that. Yeah, I saw that on TSN. I'm not. People know on this podcast, I'm not familiar with like football in general. I don't follow it too closely. I barely know the rules, but that was scary from what I heard just post game. I just heard literally right before I went on live stream. Hopefully, is his name DeMar as well? I hope prayers up for him because that sounded like a very scary injury. For people that don't know, I'm definitely not up on the whole situation or whatever, but apparently he got tackled, he got hit, and then his heart stopped or something, or his body's breathing, his heart's pumping, but he's not breathing on its own right now. So prayers up to that football player that's fighting for his life right now. But that's a sad note. But yeah, the Fred to the Shanghai Sharks, that's tough. What is Otto Porter doing on the bench for real? Otto Porter Jr. is just helping us tank for this season. And yeah, Otto Porter Jr. is coming in for next year. That's what we got. We just paid him there. But all good. Fred is useless. That's what people are saying. But how do you Fred for a bag of chips and a signed Riker autograph? Those signed Riker autographs, they're going for a lot these days. Going for a lot. How do you not bench Fred? He's 36 minutes, 9 points, shooting below 25%. Yeah. Josh, he's still in critical, and I believe not breathing on its own. CPR was performed on the field. Josh, okay. Yeah, that's praying for him to be good. Praying for him to be healthy and recover quickly from that, because that's scary stuff. But we need a center who can spread the floor, like trade Fred. We just need a center. We need a center that can guard bigs. But I agree. If they can space the floor, the better. Miles Turner would be cool. But Fred VanVleet is the guy that will have an aimbot and still lose. I don't know. I think Fred VanVleet, if he had aimbot, if he could hit some threes, he'd win. Fred VanVleet is, people are forgetting, he's solid. But Fred VanVleet could be following the footsteps of Kemba and Isaiah Thomas, small guards who lose their explosiveness and their shot becomes unplayable at times. Please don't speak that into existence, Matthew Winter. I don't even want to contemplate that hypothetical, but I'm not saying it's foolish by any means. But so basically filled with Bane's spot. Tristan. Hey, at least Bane's suited up out there on the court. To be fair, I think Otto Porter Jr. could be great if he stays. But Fred VanVleet for Hero, who says no. I'm not a big Hero guy, but I don't know who's saying no in that deal. I feel like both teams say no. But Donovan just scored 71 points. It'd be great to have Donovan Mitchell on this roster. But Fred opting in when he has ever been one to leave money on the table. Fred bets on himself, Rue. He bets on himself. The Raptors are like a teenager that has drunk 9 Red Bulls and are sugar high. They pass out. No, a teenager did that. That's wild. I like the analogies out there. Adventures with Smiles. But Downton Jr. is our backup point guard. I wish he was our backup point guard, Haroon. I wish he was. I've been a Downton Jr. guy. And not that I dislike Flynn. If Flynn plays well, I'm praying this guy like bounces. And I really liked him in the Tampa year. I've never been that big of a Flynn guy personally, but I've been a Jeff Doughton guy from the start, from preseason. So I will support Flynn if he continues to play, but that's what I'm saying. But Alex, if Fred can't shoot and provides no defense wise on the court. Yeah, the defense is the big issue right now. The points can come, but defense is just even worse. But yeah, it's Donovan Mitchell at 71 points. That's shocking. That's insane. Rue Els. I'm not out here hating on all our dudes. Fred VanVleet won us an NBA championship. Was like a finals MVP. He's a solid guy. Like, he's averaging like 17 and 7 on bad efficiency for sure. But like, he's not horrific. He's bad tonight, but it's we criticize him in post games. We don't want to go all the way with it. Chat's moving a bit too fast. I got lost. Apologize if I missed some comments. But Linsanity gonna follow Linsanity. Hey, Linsanity is pretty good. He had an underrated career. Down is the answer the way Flynn is the answer in the way Flynn was the answer. I don't know if Down's the answer. I just like his game. When was last time Fred was solid? Fred's solid like when he's not hitting a bunch of breaks. And he does other things out there on the court. He's had a couple like 40-point games a couple weeks ago. Fred VanVleet's solid. But Fred VanVleet's bricks can speed up that Toronto construction. I don't think anything's speeding that up. I don't know what's worse, Toronto, Montreal construction, or St. John's. But just happy you guys can't blame Banton. True that, Tom M. He's playing well in the G League out there right now. But I'd honestly rather see Flynn over Fred VanVleet, no cap. Man, people are hating on Freddie VanVleet. JDR was saying Fred VanVleet is a role player. I don't know what role player is there. Like, this guy's an all-star. He was a former all-star. He's alright. He's good. Is he the guy that we want to be relying on to be like our second option? No, but he's alright. He's alright. He's inefficient, yes, now and stuff. But calling Fred a point guard with 3 assists tonight. He averages like 6 points per game. That's 6 assists, sorry. The Raptors have sucked since they showed up out of nowhere. Yeah, that's fair. Blame Bet Rivers. Bet Rivers is the reason the Raptors are losing. But Cool Bet is the reason the Raptors can come back. That's my take. Sign up for Cool Bet. Use the link down below. But you don't know what's going on in his personal life. What if Fred VanVleet's child is on the way and is having difficulties? True. Yeah, you never know what's going on in people's personal lives. Agreed, nameless. But you do have to criticize the on the court action. But I do think Fred VanVleet is a good player. That's my take. I will say that. NBA 2K Raptors expensive, so reliable. I don't know what that is. Fred looking like KD and Thunderstruck. That's tough. Scooby-Doo's asking for the Justin animation. We'll play the Champagne.
Yeah. All right. Yeah.
In memory of Justin Champagne, because we were undefeated without Justin Champagne, and now we've sustained our first loss without Champagne Poppy in the organization the past 2 years. So that's tough. Make a trade with Utah. Peking is saying. Peking, what trades you saying, Peking? And y'all gassed on Freddie when he was a bench player for the chip run. Now we giving him the keys to the city. Yo, Fred VanVleet was elite during that championship run. How do you pronounce your name? Rue Els. I don't want to be like messing up your name left, right, and center. But he was good. Fred VanVleet was elite for this team. And then he's bad. That's just how it goes. But will the Raptors get back on their winning streak, or how are they going to play going forward? Monroe, that's the issue with the Toronto Raptors right now. We have no idea what direction they're going in. That's why we need to make a move, either to improve this team this season. Whether it works out or not, I would commend the team for at least stepping in that direction, or maybe take a step back, go in that losing-ish direction. And while I'm not on that boat just yet, we've had some glimmers of hope. Even in this game, there are glimmers of hope from our starting unit, but it's something has to happen with this Toronto Raptors. And looking at them, wondering what they got to do differently. We got to have more production off the bench. That's what's happening. NBA 2K experience with the Raptors was different from real life, yeah. Still a bench player though, and lots of yeets, and he finished games. Your bench player, it's all about who finishes the games. He finished over Danny Green. Scotty looking more and more like Giannis. I trust the process. True. He's Scotty had a really good game tonight, attacking the rim, finishing at the basket, doing stuff. Bet against yourself, says CH in the chat. You love to see it. But Skibidoo saying the animation for Doughton should be him in a cell with Nurse guarding it when you're trying to sneak him out. And I was thinking, I've been cooking up some things for the Digest Media channels and stuff, but gotta get my animation stuff. But what's it called? I was thinking about the Nick Nursery, just getting Jeff Doughton locked in there, and what is it? Nick Nurse looking over it. But AO, I agree that the extensive minutes for the Toronto Raptors has grind our players down. It's been a poor strategy long term, but you can't blame Nick Nurse too much when the bench is just playing as atrocious as it has been in this game. That's just how it goes. But man, that's so that's how it goes. Whatever. Do you ever do call-in podcast again? And to keep it real, I've never done one. Riker used to do the call-ins. I didn't know how to do them. He had them up on like a Gmail or something, but I might have to hit up Riker, see how to do all that stuff. And yeah, I know Philly does them on Leafs Digest as well, so probably figure that out at some point. But if we're gonna do a podcast, we gotta get that rocking. But more at least even like send videos, especially come trade deadline. I want to hear what people's takes are saying on these vids. And why can't Chris Boucher get minutes? I agree. Boucher probably deserves more minutes, more tunes. But Nick Nurse playing playoff minutes in the regular season and taking L's. So what's the alternative? Stick with the lineups and let guys get rhythms? Yeah, I don't know. Nick Nurse wants to win, and that strategy worked for us to win games last season. So that's what's happening. Blame Riker. This team went to trash when Riker left. Wherever the heck Riker is. But Down should have got minutes. Couldn't agree more, Predator Kingdom. So what's next for this team? We should find out. A trade will definitely go down. That's what I'm saying. But there's just so much disappointing losses in the season. I'm getting tired of it. I like the lineup with Gary, Scotty, Christian, Precious, and OG. Agreed, that lineup was nice to see. But Boucher didn't do anything tonight. True. Not a savior, but deserved the look. Yeah. Just want to see him out there on the court. Nick Tom Thibodeau Nurse. You'll love to see it. Tom M saying bring in Perry. Reggie Perry is a guy that he's showing out in the G League. He has some interesting quotes every now and then. Might have to start covering the old Raptors 905 if the Raptors continue to suck. So Donovan Mitchell and Robert Lopez combined for 72 points. That's crazy. That's what I want to see. But the funny thing about this game is that I'm not scared of the Pacers. They're an overachieving bunch. Yeah, they got some really nice young players. And shout out all the Canadians in the Indiana Pacers. They're not my second favorite team. The Mavericks are this season. The Pacers are up there. Mathurin is legit. They got Duarte, who was a Rookie of the Year contender early last season. Obviously fell off a little bit, dealt with some injuries and stuff. But they have Nembhard, who I actually played against at Nationals my U15 year. So shout out Andrew Nembhard out here cooking the league. And O'Shea Brissett. Love to see all the Canadians out there on the Indiana Pacers. And yeah, the Donovan Mitchell's out here absolutely killing it. People are lots of Riker comments going. But if Fred VanVleet gets traded, will you shave your beard? Marcel, glad you noticed. Growing out the scruff, seeing how good I can get it. Last time I tried to grow out a beard, it's the pandemic. It looked really bad. So it's a weird look. Get the super chat animation for Marcel. Need to get the Marcel beard going. But yeah, Webb and Yama, people are saying New Year's resolution trade Fred. Yo, y'all are wilding out there in the chat. Y'all are we choose Bongo over Ishmael. That was a tough selection. Tough direction there for the Raptors. Scotty only plays well in the fourth. That's true. And Scotty gets the ball wide open, doesn't even look in the net. Ben Simmons ring a bell. Yeah, that's That's how it goes. You gotta stop doing that. It's a Draymond Green more so because it's the pick and rolls and stuff, but that's what's happening. But Gary Trent Jr. is playing better. The Raps are one of the worst teams in the league right now. They need to make a trade involving Fred. They need to make a trade, certainly. I agree, Nicholas. Involving Fred, we'll see. And Tom Duke, come on, Tom. Hating on my scruff. I'm trying to grow out that beard. I need, what is it? I need some, what is it? The Axe stuff that they have. I don't know, all those Fred commercials. Actually, ever since I've grown the beard, I've been absolutely garbage at least shooting the ball in the pickup games I'm running, the games I've been playing in. So maybe it's the beard. Fred VanVleet needs to shave the beard. But where do you play again? I'm around Detroit area by a family in Canada. You still play with subscribers? If I come out to Toronto, I'm in Newfoundland. So every now and then I run into a few people that are fans of the channel. Yeah, around Newfoundland. Most of the people are fans of the channel, like, if already know me. But when I go to Toronto, got to get some hoop going. Play around Newmarket. That's where Joshy Goody lives. But we should really invest in the tank. We're at the bottom. We can get a good pick. If we get Victor Wembanyama on this roster, that would be ferocious. But I want to see what goes down at the trade deadline. Tristan, couldn't agree more. I want the trade deadline. I'm not playing any kazoos in terms of tanking kazoos, right, till the trade deadline happens, because we can make a move, we can get some stuff rocking, and then things will start working out for us, or we can go in the direction of tanking. That's my take. But get the Nick Nursery going. Pay, yeah, that's pay Gary Trent Jr. Seems like people are higher than Gary Trent Jr. than Fred VanVleet right now, which makes sense. Watanabe or Wancho all days. Yeah, Watanabe. To be fair, Watanabe looked really bad last season, so maybe Wancho, when he leaves, he'll be great. But Ben, come to Toronto. Definitely got to pull up. I was planning on going down in December, but plans fell through. Work got crazy busy, and then obviously growing that Digest Media brand, doing crazy. Pred Van Eat, my goodness. Understand the salary stats. So Wilson in Utah. Get to Evan saying live in St. John's. Definitely drop out to any runs you have in town. Should set something up. Hey, I don't got many runs rocking recently. I've been getting like 1v1, trying to get shots up. Playing a couple tournaments. Playing some men's league. Let me know if you're a men's league Cooper. But hey, need some bodies for runs. Always drop out. Let me know. But Fred Van Brick. Yeah, it's a tough look. We need a proper backup point guard. It's a tough situation. I feel like I've said tough about 100 times in this podcast, but it's the only way to describe this current situation. Barnes, Gary Trent Jr., OG, trade Siakam and Fred. That would kickstart the rebuild. Now, Siakam's too good. Unless you're getting insane value back for Pascal, I'm not trying to trade him. That's one thing I'm saying. Fred is good, sure. He has his moments. Is he worth more than Gary Trent Jr.? I would, and Payman's actually bringing up some comments, because I'd be shocked if we end up trading Fred VanVleet, just given his relationship with the organization, want us a chip and all that sort of stuff. So it's brutal out here. Brutal. But folks, feel like we're just in a little circle of me being sad about this team, wondering what's happening in the direction. Get more rumors, more potential trades. We'll discuss them on the podcast. Feel like there's gonna be lots of trade hypotheticals coming in the Discord, coming in Bleach Report coming in, Sports Illustrated, wherever the heck they're coming from. Bill Simmons had a wild one today, so we'll cover all those. Any reports, any rumors, we'll cover them on the channel. But you guys are the best to make it this far. Subscribe to the channel if you've enjoyed the video, if you've been watching live. Right, we're almost pushing for 27k subs. Haven't really been pushing, mostly pushing for people to sign up for Cool Bets. So definitely sign up for that down below. Definitely sign up for the link. Go in there, see what the app's all about. It's free to do. It supports us as a channel, so we appreciate that. But sad Ben, I haven't even played the Raptors therapy animation. Get that rocking in this one. Is it even gonna pop up? We need some Raptors therapy in this. But that's enough of my my Raptors therapy session. We'll see how it goes in the next one. But you guys are the best. I'm signing out.